Hi guys, welcome back to the Latin Drummer. Today I'm going to be putting on new drum heads on my toms, on my drum set. Little back history on this one. I just recently moved from out of town and I went to put these drums in storage in the meantime, and I had a flood. They went into the storage facility, so I had to air them out and dry them out to make sure that they didn't warp or make my shells buckle, but luckily they were just minor wetness on these, so this was not too bad in the long run for this tom. Also, my kick drum got messed up a little bit too, but almost in the same fashion. Once they dried out, no buckling or warping of the finish. This comes from an this comes from an ELX drum series. This was one of my first drum sets that I bought in 2006. So, yeah, I've had it for a long time. It's been my mainstay for practicing. It was the first drum set I used when I did my first 2 recordings. So it's been with me for a long time. So I'm gonna replace the heads now from the original that were on it or damaged, and they didn't want to reuse them anymore from the flood. I'm using Evans drum heads. I have 2 of them, one which is the G2 Clear, and then I have another one which is the EC2S Clear with pinstripe. So for the pinstripe, I am going to put on top. I will put on the clear on the bottom. As far as cleaning the tom, as you saw, I just did a light wipe. I'm not really much of a serious wiper or making sure this is clean to an extreme extent, because this is usually just an in-house set, so it doesn't really see the outside. So I really don't give too much work on it. But when I have it in this state, I give it a couple brush-ups just to make sure that it's nice and good. And as you can see, visibly there's not a whole lot of work on this damage, a couple nicks here and there, but listen, that's what you get after years and years of having good drum sets. So, we put on this. Here's my bottom hoop. And then normally the way that I put drums or heads on my drums is that the bottoms I put on tight. For some reason, I've been very happy with the sound that I get when I have bottoms that are super tight, and the control of the sound is on my heads on the top, along with some dead ringers, and that's basically it. I don't really use too much padding or anything of that sort. These have a real good resonance when you play on them, so I've never had any issues with them. So, yeah, so this is what I do. So I just use plain old dead ringers, dead heads, just to cut some of the overtone when you're playing on them. Initially, when I put these lugs on, I do finger tight first. Make sure that you get a nice tension there, tightness, not super tight. We'll use the key for that. Perfect. Okay, so once we have everything that's finger tight, we're going to do 2 turns. 1, 2, and go across. 1, 2, then go up 1, 1, 2, go across. 1, 2, go across, 1, 2, and over here, 1, 2, and this is how I use it to keep it parallel so that I don't have anything loose heads by tightening one by one, or an odd way of tuning, and that way they're all kind of balanced out. Then I start the process again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, So that's pretty much it. Got a nice tone in there. nice and solid, and I believe that, you know, looking at it, I just check to see if there's any warping or anything of that sort. You know, I usually get a stick, but I'm gonna use a stick, a pin right here. Basically, they all kind of have the same sound tone, so that means that they're pretty much on a good tightness or tension on the bottom head. Okay, so on the top, we are going to put the top head. Now, depending on how you set up your kit, I usually like to show off my logo. So, depending on how you put yours, you know, it varies. So, this one is a part of a 3-rack that I have in my kit. So this one's going to be on the outside. So the tag is going to have to show on the outside. Or at least that's what I prefer. So when you do it, your tag will show on the outside. Maybe you can do it a little bit more. Kind of be more blazingly in front. Whatever is your preference. No biggie there. I'm not really much into where the head is going to be looking at me when I'm playing it. So if I look at this way and I'm playing, is the head straight in front of me? For the most part, I don't really have a preference on there. Some people do. That's fine. However you do it, I have it more or less like that. So again, process. Put on the pins. Lugs, I should say. Finger tight. Okay, perfect. So, same process again. 2 turns. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, we're going to start with just the first set of turns. So, again, I control my tone with the tension that I use on my tom head on top. So once I have that preference, then the next thing I do is I listen to with the dead head. This is again E-rings from Evans, which I use. I love these. You can keep it that because I don't really too much of a fan of gel pads or gel tabs or anything like that. Sometimes I use tape over here a little bit. For the most part, though, the dead ring comes in. So I have a nice tone here versus with it off. So, and then according to what the other toms sound like, then you just correctly tighten the pitch or loosen it to match. And that's pretty much it. So that's it. This is how I do my toms. If you have any questions or you have any other methods or comments, drop some on the below in the comment section. And if not, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.